Yes, we are. Okay, how far did we get? We got through, I know we got through 19, we got to 20, 33. We got all the way through 33, okay? Okay, let's see. All right, so ideally, let's see, we'll get hopefully to 45, but we'll see. I'm not going to. Some of these are real quick, easy ones. Number 35, they want an equation of a circle that satisfies the stated conditions. So they give you a center, and they give us a radius, okay? So hopefully this is a real quick, easy one. So if the center is 2, -3, it's going to be x, and if it's 2, remember it's the opposite, so we put -2. And then we have to make sure, don't forget the square. You got to put the square, and then put plus. Sometimes students forget to put the plus in between there. -3, so it's going to be y plus 3 squared equals, and it's not going to equal 5, it's going to equal 25, okay? Because it's the square root. The radius is 5, so it equals 25. I mean, you're just plugging stuff in there. That one should be a real simple one, okay? 37, looks like it's tougher, it's not. The center is 1/4, 0, so it's going to be x minus 1/4 squared plus, and then I have students every year, they say, well, do I put y plus 0 or y minus 0? It doesn't matter. Y plus 0 is y minus 0 is y. Or you could just put y squared. I'm just going to put y squared. Okay? Equals 81. Not 81, I'm sorry. I started looking at number 25. It doesn't equal 81. Sorry. I started then. 1/4. Radical 5 squared. Radical 5 squared. Remember, radical 5 squared, these things cancel, so it's just 5. I should have thrown you when I put 81 there. I started looking at number 25 for a second. Okay, number 39. This is where it gets a little bit tougher, okay? It says the center is -4, 6. That's easy enough. So -4, 6 is going to be x plus 4 squared plus y minus 6 squared equals something. We don't know what the radius is. We don't know that, okay? But we do know that the circle goes through the point 1, 2, okay? So what you need to understand is if I give you a circle, I just drew a circle, and here's my center, and it goes through this point, for example. If it goes through that point, we got to find out the radius is here. I mean, this. If I give you this right here, compare that distance to this distance. It's the same, okay? So any point on the circle is the same distance from the center, okay? So what we need to do is find out what that distance is. Okay, the distance between the center, -4, 6, and the point 1, 2. Okay, so you guys remember this. Do you guys remember any formula that helps you find the distance between any 2 points? The answer is in the question, and my daughter just is doing this right now in 8th grade. You guys remember do you remember the name of a formula that helps you find the distance? The distance formula, okay, the distance formula. In case you forgot it. I mean, you should at least be able to figure that out. The distance formula helps you find the distance between 2 points. The distance formula is, and they're even making they explain it like this. I always put x minus x. It's really technically x sub 1 minus x sub 2 squared plus y sub 1 minus y sub 2 squared. I usually leave the 1s and the 2s out because usually middle schoolers, they don't understand what that means. That just simply means subtract your x values and square them, subtract your y values and square them, add them together, and square root the whole thing. Okay? So, for this particular one, all right, when you subtract the x values, you're just finding out how far apart they are. That's like if I subtract our ages, we're trying to find out how far apart our ages are, okay? So how far apart is -4 from +1? 5. That's 5 apart. 4 below 0 to 1 above 0, that's 5 apart. So when I subtract them, we get 5 squared plus, how far apart are 6 and 2? 4 squared equals 5 squared is 25, 4 squared is 16. Okay, and the distance is radical 41. Okay, so the radius is radical 41. Now again, I want to make sure you understand it. Back here on this question, the radius was 5, so we put 25. We squared it. Back here, the radius was radical 5. We squared it. We got that. If I take radical 41 and I square it, what do we get?
41.
Just 41. Number 41. Okay, this one's an easier one, okay? The center is -3, 6, tangent to the y-axis. Now, if you're going, wait a minute. Tangent? We're doing trig stuff? got to be careful, okay? Words can have different meanings depending on the context. I mean, for example, if I was talking about range, okay, in mathematics, range can mean the y values, like domain and range. Range can be the y values. Range also means the biggest number take away the smallest number when you're talking about statistics, okay? They can mean different things. Tangent, what you need to understand about tangent is this. If I drew a circle, if I drew a tangent to this point, it would look like this. Tangent means it touches a shape or a curve at exactly one point. That's what it means by tangent. You learn tangent is opposite over adjacent. You also learn it with sine over cosine. That's when it's in trigonometry, okay? When we're talking about geometry, it's talking about touching it in exactly one spot, okay? One more thing, you don't need to know for this question, but if I did this, that would not be a tangent line. That hits the circle in two spots. That's actually called a secant line, okay? A secant line touches it in two spots, okay? Depending on what geometry or trigonometry you're talking about, though they mean different things. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a very quick rough graph on number 41. Center is negative 3, 6. So negative 3, positive 6. The center is right here, okay? The center is negative 3, 6, and it's tangent to the y-axis, okay? That means it touches the y-axis in exactly one spot, okay? So here's the y-axis. So it's got to look like this. It touches it right there at that one spot. And that helps us out a lot because, well, let me do this. Let's put our center in here. It's going to be x plus 3 squared plus y minus 6 squared equals, well, what's the radius? Just by looking at that picture, the radius would be what? How far is this? You could go from here to here, or here to here, or whatever. That distance is the easiest one, though. How far over is it? 3. So did I put 3? No, I put what? 9. Does that make sense? Here's the center, and it touches. Now, how about if it was tangent to the x-axis? Then it would look more like this. Then what would the radius be? It wouldn't be 3. It would be 6. See, that equals 36. Okay? So if you draw a picture, that's actually not that bad. Okay, this one's actually a real simple one. Tangent to both axes, the x-axis and the y-axis, is tangent to both of them. And it's the center is in the second quadrant, radius of 4. Okay? So let's draw a real quick picture here. Okay? Its center is in quadrant 2, the center's in here somewhere, and it's tangent to both axes. So it's going to look sort of like, this looks really bad. Actually, I've done worse. Okay? Okay, so it touches the x-axis in one spot, it touches the y-axis in one spot, and the tangent, the radius of 4. So right here, this distance is 4. Okay? And this distance is 4. Okay? So what will the center be? Negative 4, positive 4. Center is negative 4, positive 4. Left 4, up 4. So my equation is going to be x plus 4 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals what, 4? 4 squared, 16. Okay. What time is it? We're not going to do number 45, okay? Not today. I'll tell you what, I'll be a nice guy. Cross off 45 and 40. We're not even doing it all, okay? 45 and 46, cross them off. So we'll start off on number 47 on, and I'm not going to even do 47 with you because it's not that difficult, but we've never done anything like number 47 ever. So we'll do that starting Monday. Okay.